In the summertime, when the weather is fine, you can reach right up and touch the sky. When the weather is fine, you got action figures on your mind. That doesn't fit the rhyme scheme, but the weather is fine today. For the first time in the longest time, it feels like spring has sprung in Osaka, so I am in a Genki mood right now, and we've got a whole bunch of toys to talk about from the Walmart Collector-Con, which is in progress right now. So I thought I might give you a little update of all the things that are up for pre-order right now, because oh boy, there is a lot. Like, first of all, no, you know what? Before I get to that, go hit that like button.
Let's
you know
go,
you want to.
Bob.
You're placing a bet, okay? You can always unhit it if you don't like this episode. But if you're watching this, come on, I've already sung to you. Is that not enough? Is that not enough for a humble little press of the like button? I reckon it is. So once you've pressed that, we're going to work on the honor system here. You can continue watching, and I will tell you that up for pre-order now on Walmart.com is the Star Wars Black Series Tactical Ops Trooper from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Only at Walmart, exclusively at Walmart, $24.97. That's a weird kind of price. Do they add tax after that? I don't know. I'm not in America. I'm in a country where like the price includes tax, because, you know, why wouldn't you? Anyway, this will be looking to ship around about May 5th. Wait, why isn't the Star Wars product shipping on May the 4th? That's kind of a no-brainer, that one. While I'm doing this video, I'm going to be doing a playthrough, or at least showing a playthrough, of Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. I thought it might be fun to have video games playing in the background, but tell me if you hate this. Because for me, I'm very neurospicy, but one of those things is ADHD. I need lots of stimulus and input. But if it's too much, let me know. But I'm experimenting with it. Let me know what you think. We're also getting Kit Fisto, going to be $24.97, and this one, yeah, also May 5th. I think all these Star Wars ones are going to be May 5th. Kit Fisto, one of the more enigmatic Jedi from the prequel trilogy, and had a big change, I remember, from Episode 1 to Episode 2. He got a bit of a glamorized makeover. Definitely one of the cooler looking characters from the Jedi Order back in the prequel days. And also the packaging for this, I really dug it. I mean, it's Black Series, but it's got a very 90s type packaging. I really like that. Good bit of old school nostalgia with this. Folks, time to take a quick pause for the cause and tell you all about this channel's sponsor, Legendsverse. And you know what Legendsverse is. They are the one-stop shop for all of your action figure collecting, cataloging, and correlating needs. Whether it's Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, Select, Mezco, Mafex, WWE, Jada, Transformers, Motu, you name it. They probably have it covered. And if they don't, they're more likely than not planning to. Not only can you catalog your whole collection, you can see how much it's worth, you can check to see what you have pre-ordered, where you've pre-ordered it from, you can look at the user-submitted content to see what different teams there are and who goes on each team. So if I wanted to see who goes onto a Young Warriors team or a New Warriors team, Young Justice, New Warriors, those are the two different ones. Well, either one. You could go to the community section and see what teams people have made, so you can check off which characters you need to complete said teams. That's something I really like, a little sense of community there. Also, they do competitions as well. Right now there's a photo competition going on, so you can submit your photos and win an action figure. That's really fun. Go check them out. Tell them Model-Behaviour sent you, and you'll be glad you did. Now R2-D2, $24.97. This one, I actually really like. This is a quintessential R2. He's got all the bits and pieces that come out of him so he can interface with Cloud City and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't actually say when this might be released, because it says available Walmart Collector-Con the 14th of the 3rd, so that's today. Oh, but 7 a.m. PST. So by the time this goes live, it should be available. I remember there was a droid that they did for the Black Series that was kind of Model-Behaviour colors. It was an R2 unit, but kind of red, white, and blue. So I've never seen that since, but I'm going to keep my eyes out for it, because it would be a fun little channel mascot. In the meantime, you've got the OG one here. And now Count Dooku. I always thought it was kind of weird in the prequels that the rule of the Sith is that there can only be two. And I know I'm not the first one to point this out, but like, if Dooku is helping Palpatine recruit Anakin as his apprentice, then isn't the writing on the wall that you're about to get 86th? Like, he looked so surprised when Palpatine was sat there and he was like, do it. It's like, well, yeah, no, duh, Sherlock. Yeah, this was kind of inevitable. So this one, again, is going to be up for pre-order by the time this video goes live. Over to Marvel Legends Spider-Man 77. Is it 77? Hey, the same year that Star Wars first came out. How's that for a little bit of brand synergy? Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man. It would have been even better if you had an unmasked Nicholas Hammond face, but nonetheless, it's another Spider-Man. If you're collecting your Spider-Verse, this is fun to see. I mean, hey, look, at least it's a pinless body. It's okay. Definitely surplus to requirements for any general Marvel display. But if you're a big child of the 70s, I know that there are a lot of people who are really excited for this. Also from Marvel Legends and the Gamerverse now, we're getting the Sony PlayStation Ghost Spider. And look, a flaming skull head character of any description is gonna be kind of cool. This is a very basic Marvel Legend, I feel like. I wouldn't say phoned in, but it's as bare bones as they can do. No pun intended with the skeleton thing. However, that was rather clever. So this, once again, $24.97, going to be available by the time you watch this. So if you want him, go order him. That's another one for your Spider-Verse. And now this dude, it's so funny. G.I. Joe Classified Richard Crystal Ball King. Now, I was talking about this dude on the last episode of Good News, and I was like, he reminds me of someone. Who is it this guy reminds me of? And so many of you guys, thank you so much. You helped me out here, no end. You told me the comedian from Watchmen, 100%. Absolutely, it was the comedian. But a couple of other people also said Shang Tsung. And you know what? Both of those. Do a little amalgamation of the comedian and Shang Tsung. Boom. You got this guy with some cool translucent Cthulhu parts as well. Honestly, I don't know this guy from G.I. Joe. The only thing I really remember from watching G.I. Joe as a child was the movie with Cobra Commander getting exposed to the spores, and he's like, not the spores! And honestly, I think that kind of like flipped a switch in my little child head where I was like, ooh, body horror. I didn't know it was body horror, but it was body horror, and I was like, that's awesome. And then the rest is history. Go watch The Substance, or don't. It's quite a movie. And now over to Transformers. So we've got Transformers Age of the Primes, Deluxe Class Transformers, Cybertron Sideways. Well, that's a mouthful. $24.97, again, going to be available in July 16th. This dude's going to ship. Not familiar with this guy at all, but he's... Actually, no, I was going to say he looks okay. No, actually, I don't think he does. I think it's just there's too much stuff going on. Too busy. Nah. Not my cup of tea, this one. We're also getting Transformers Age of the Prime Deluxe Class Transformers Cybertron Excellion. Now, this actually I think is pretty wicked, because when I saw this guy, I thought it was just another version of Hot Rod. But I guess it's not. This is Excellion. This is like, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but, make sure you change it so they can't tell. That's pretty much what this guy is. But I actually like this guy. He's not as busy. He's more stylized, or not stylized. He's more basic. And I kind of like that with my Transformers. But hey, there's no Optimus Prime. And I miss Optimus Prime. I can never have too many of those. I always remember this wonderful interview with Peter Cullen. We're going on a tangent here. Skip to the next one if you don't want to hear it. But the reason I love Optimus Prime so much is because Peter Cullen is the spirit of Optimus Prime. And he tells this wonderful story. I'm sure most of you have seen it on YouTube about how he came up with the voice of Optimus Prime. And he says that it's based on his brother, who was, I think, a Marine, a big high-up army guy who he admired so much. And they were sharing an apartment together when he was a struggling actor. And he was going out to do the audition for Optimus Prime. And as he was leaving the house, his brother said, and this is how Peter Cullen tells it, he says, "Hey, Peter, where are you going?" And Peter says, "Well, I'm going to do an audition for a cartoon in which I play a truck." He's like, "Oh," he says, "Oh yes, but he's a hero truck." And he says, my brother got very, very, very serious, and he said to me, "Peter, if you're going to be a hero, Don't be some phony, tough guy hero. Be a real hero. Be strong enough to be gentle. And I said, oh all right, Peter. All right, my brother. I don't remember what his name was. And he says, so I went in to do the reading, and instead of saying, I am Optimus Prime, I said, my name is Optimus Prime. I'm from the planet Cybertron. I got goosebumps when I saw him do that, because I was like, yeah, I get it. Be strong enough to be gentle. I think that's just beautiful, man. If that's something you can take with you, then I think you should do. Lord knows I do. That's why I'm so jacked and big and buff. Only so that I can be strong enough to be gentle. Now we got Masters of the Universe, or MOTU to those who know. MOTU Masterverse Vintage Collection Faker action figure. This is where I get so confused with the MOTU line, because it says vintage collection, but this isn't a vintage 80s style figure. This is more of a modern style figure. But hey, the MOTU's always going to baffle me. And actually, I'm allowed to say now, my buddy James is playing Mechanic in the new Masters of the Universe movie. So that's kind of cool. He was like, you can tell people, but don't make social media posts. I think I'm allowed to say it on here. So yeah, my mate James, he's playing Mechanic. How freaking cool is that? Honestly, can't wait for that movie. And this Faker, you'll only have to wait until July 18th. That's when he's shipping. And also, we're getting She-Ra. And I got to say, this looks good. Look, all of these people who are not too sure about Mattel taking over from McFarlane for the DC figures, I present Exhibit A. Okay? We've been waiting forever for a decent Wonder Woman from Todd McFarlane. Boom. This is how we do it. This could be a fantastic Wonder Woman. Strip away the armor and then add Wonder Woman armor, you perverts. And then you would have a great looking Wonder Woman. I, for one, am so excited for Mattel to take over the DC line. And this bodes well. $21.97, I guess probably plus tax. It says price when purchased online, so maybe not. I don't know. America's funny. You love your tariffs and tax and all that kind of thing. So this is going to be arriving apparently Wednesday, August 6th. So a little bit later. And speaking of McFarlane, oh boy howdy, we got a figure and a half right here. We've got the Berserker, which I guess is like Berserker. 7-inch deluxe action figure with Todd McFarlane Toys digital collectible. Oh, jog on with those digital collectibles. It's a picture on the computer. We have pictures on the computer at home. To be fair, someone actually commented under one of my other rants about phygital collectible figures. They were like, I live in Asia, we don't have much room, and I really appreciate these digital collectibles. And I'm still like, dude, thank you so much for messaging. I genuinely really appreciate that, but still, I don't get it. It's just a picture. But hey, chances are loads of people are going to make millions of dollars on crypto and what are they called? NFTs, and model behavior is going to be stuck out in the cold begging for super chats. I have a Patreon too, by the way. So this is going to be $49.99, and I'm not going to get up in arms over it, even though I know that's what we've been doing with Maximum Spider-Man, and I feel kind of bad about that. I'm sure Marvel or Hasbro are like, what the hell, Dave? The fact is, well, I mean, I care more about Spider-Man, but also, I mean, you do get a lot of bang for your buck here. 4 different faces, changeable arms, flak jacket, a bajillion different guns. So you could argue you get your money's worth more with this. And a phygital figure as well. And I mean, you can't put a price on that, can you? Then we've got something I'm really not going to miss from McFarlane. We've got DC Multiverse Batman brackets Dark Knights of Steel Patina Edition gold label 7-inch action figure. Because I know what a lot of people are thinking. You bought the original version of this, but you were like, he looks good, but if only he was patina. What does that even mean? Well, I guess this bronzy gold color, I suppose. $29.99. Let's just call it $30. Going to be arriving around about March 22nd. So, well, any day now. Also, speaking of repaints, we're going to be getting the Multiverse Azrael Nightfall Nightmare Edition gold label Batman. Again, $30. I ain't going to labor on this one too much, although I will say, growing up as a kid in the 90s or the 80s to 90s, seeing a cybernetic Batman appear, I was like, oh wow, comics are weird and scary now. So I'll always have a certain affinity for the Nightfall Batman. So this is going to be released, well, it says out of stock. And it actually doesn't say, like, it'll be pre-orderable eventually. So actually, I don't know about this one. But then again, honestly, anyone watching this? Does anyone want this? Be honest. Tell me in the comments, but be genuinely honest. Hand on heart. Does anyone want this? Now, this is something that people might genuinely want because I think it looks pretty darn cool. Going over to statues, we've got the Marvel Storm 1/10 scale collectible gold label. Wow, I should have taken a bigger breath for this. Marvel Storm 1/10 scale collectible gold label Marvel Tales featuring Spider-Man and the X-Men number 236 McFarlane toys. Whew! $50 for this here statue, but it looks like you get an actual Todd McFarlane signature to go with it. So how about that? Going to be arriving May 22nd. And hey, look, I'm sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but actually, if you're watching this channel, you know that I'm that guy. Bikini first appearance Storm. That is the best Storm. And now we've got Kevin Malone. Kevin Malone, 6-inch posed figure with McFarlane. I'm going to drop that. So I guess I can't do a good Kevin Malone impression. But I didn't know that they were doing The Office statues. This is kind of fun and ridiculous, actually, with his Kevin's famous chili. I still actually use the quote where he's like, you know, we leave it in the pot so the flavors get to know each other. I know that's not the exact quote, but I genuinely do that now. I'm like, they get to know each other. I kind of like it. $24.99, and yeah, no release date or this. It just says pre-order. So, well, oh no, here you go. April 8th. That's when you can expect it. Hey, y'all. Anytime I want to do Tony Montana, I do Razor Ramon because that's where it came from. So Tony Montana, Scarface, 6-inch paws, figure, McFarlane. No, wow, that was just terrible. Sorry, I apologize to anyone who's ever heard a voice before because that was garbage. Nonetheless, though, $24.99, you little cockroach. You want to play rough? Okay, I'm reloaded. Redeem myself. Perfect impression. Chef's kiss. This is going to be released, I can't see when it's going to be. Oh, no, I can do. April 8th. There you go. And actually, this one looks pretty cool. Also, we're getting Po from Kung Fu Panda. I was going to say Kung Pao, Enter the Fist. That's a completely different movie. $24.99 with a digital collectible. Honestly, folks, I cannot stress the importance of the digital collectibles. There's no importance. So this is also shipping April 15th. Whew, finally, we're back to proper action figures now. We're getting Robot Wars Spawn, Todd McFarlane Autograph Series, figure 30th anniversary gold label McFarlane toys. Whoa, $50? I guess that's for the autograph, isn't it? Honestly, I don't get autographs. I never have done. Who cares? What do people do care? I appreciate, but just, I don't know, maybe it's an autism thing. I just don't get it. It's just, it's a scribble on a piece of paper. But then again, there are people who probably look at my action figure collection and are like, Dave, they're just toys. And I'm like, how dare you? So I'm never going to, knock anyone for loving something. Yeah, quite frankly, love is good. So there should be more of it in the world. And if you love autographs, then more power to you. There's going to be shipping by April 8th. This is cool, actually. I really like this. Fallout Boy Glow-in-the-Dark edition. So just a little statue of the Fallout Vault Boy figure. Sorry, I said Fallout Boy, didn't I? We're going down, down, in an early around. But sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A lonely guy complex, cock it and pull it. Anyway, $20. Shipping around about March 22nd. Oh, and it wouldn't be Todd McFarlane if we didn't have Jokerized figures. So you can now get the DC Multiverse Batman Dark Knight's Death Metal Jokerized Gold Label 7-inch action figure McFarlane toys. Managed to say that all in one breath. $24.99, going to be shipping around about March 22nd. Now moving on over to NECA. We're getting the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mirage Comics Chote 7-inch scale action figure. $49.96. Again, it's expensive, but you don't want to hear me being like every single figure. I'm like, oh, it's too expensive. Yeah, well, guess what? Stuff costs money. Lo and behold, Dave, he does look nice though. I'm sure he's a big chonky figure with a nice soft goods cape as well. This one's going to be shipping around about July 11th. So yeah, Samurai T-Rex. It's pretty badass by my logic. Sorry, normally I would edit this, but I'm not. Just let's move on to the next one. Turtle power. Turtle power. Oh man, that's going to be in my head for the rest of the day now. And honestly, I'm not even that mad. I'm the half shell they're the heroes for. In this day and age, who could ask for more? We're getting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Stump Wrestling Ace Duck. Again, pretty much $50. This guy's going to be releasing July 18th. Super 7 now. They're doing the Iron Giant. You know what? I was once described by my ex-wife, as a matter of fact, as the most unemotional, emotional person she's ever known. And 20 years later, I still don't know if that's a compliment. Nonetheless, though, what I'm getting at is that The Iron Giant is one of the few movies that ever actually made me shed a tear. So I got a lot of love for the franchise, and it looks like Super 7 do as well. We got the Super 7 Iron Giant Super Cyborg, the Iron Giant Clear version. 85 behavior bucks, which is a lot of money. So this is going to be released around about March 22nd, and yeah, it's an invisible Iron Giant. And then we got a classic Iron Giant, but a bit of a smaller one as well, but still, this is the one that I always remember. And again, I'm starting to get a little bit emotional now, just thinking of, come on, the end, just that line, Superman. How can you not shed a tear at that? What are you, made of stone? So this is the Super 7 Iron Giant Deluxe Wave 1. So are there going to be more Iron Giant figures? I don't know. Nonetheless, though, this one's $35, going to be shipping May 22nd. Playmates are also getting in on the TMNT action. That's what us real fans call it, TMNT. Tales of the I'm sorry, I'm being silly. Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Military Turtles figure 4-pack bundle by Playmates Toys, $45.97. So just over $10 each for each one of these turtles here. Hey, I'm old enough to remember as a kid when we got to the late 80s, early 90s, they were really scraping the bottom of the barrel for inspiration for different types of turtles. So we get these military commando ones, and there you go. So these are going to be released around about April 16th. And yeah, there's a certain wacky nostalgia to them. Now let's go over to WWE. And if you like Wrestle Talk, you're going to be getting a lot more of it when I'm back in England and doing this full time. I'll finally be able to maybe even go back to my second channel of just doing model behavior wrestling. We'll see about that. But we're going to get WWE Ultimate Edition Monday Night War Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure. And as old Stone Cold says, when you're driving up and down the highways and the byways, you want to talk about good action figures? Well, you want to go buy some somewhere else? Ain't gonna happen. You want to go over to Walmart, pay $32.97. You dumb son of a bitch. Go and pick this up whenever it becomes available. Doesn't say. Oh, no, it does. It'll be available the 14th of March. So by the time you watch this, terrible Stone Cold impression aside, I think this is a great looking figure. Or, hi, this is the John Cena translucent action figure, or more specifically, the You Can't See Me action figure. I'm amazed it's taken this long to make it. So this is Elite John Cena action figure, Greatest Hits 2025, collectible with articulation and accessories. Should bloody well hope it comes with articulation. This is a fun, silly concept. I love it. And again, I'm amazed it hasn't happened already. You could put him next to Iceman. They could be like ice buddies. I kind of like that idea now. I'm sure Iceman would be a John Cena fan, you know what I'm saying? Who can blame him? $22.97 and available by the time you watch this. Now we got a chunky 3-pack. We're getting WWE Elite Collection Awesome Truth 3-pack. Which is kind of weird. I mean, we got the Miz and we got R-Truth, the awesome Truth, obviously. I can't do play. I tell you what, Miz was never, he shouldn't have been like world champion material. However, the like hate me now, like hype video they played at WrestleMania before his match with John Cena did make him look like a boss. And speaking of bosses, they come with Triple H and a table to, I don't know, award them with their titles, I guess. Well, it was a funny old 3-pack, but nonetheless, $70 and should be available by the time you watch this. Oh, now this is kind of cool, and this is one that you young'uns, y'all ain't gonna appreciate, but us older folks, us older ones who wear baseball caps because they're ashamed of their receding hairline, we will appreciate Great Muta. Not only Great Muta, but NWO Great Muta. NWO. Wacka hey hey. WWE Monday Night War Elite Collection Great Muta action figure. $22.97 and available by the time you watch this. I should stop saying that, like you know it by now. But still, I would want to get this just for the cloth goods NWO t-shirt, because you could put that on any 6-inch action figure and you can have like, you know, Sabretooth has joined the NWO. I kind of like that. And now we're getting Jerry the King Lawler as well. Monday Night War Elite Collection Jerry the King Lawler. $22.97. And yeah, this is just full-on Attitude Era commentator Jerry the King Lawler. Make of it what you will. All I can do is show it to you.
And well, you know something, dude, Brother Jack? WWE Monday Night War Elite Collection Hollywood Hulk Hogan action figure, brother. Blah, blah, blah. Something horribly racist.
Hey, look, I grew up with Hulk Hogan, okay? I'm always going to have a certain nostalgia for him, even if he is, I think, dare say, objectively, an awful human being. Nonetheless, though, we get an action figure of him, and I can't help but kind of love the old school 1997 NWO shtick that they've got going on here. And actually, this is more 1998, because this was when he was running for president. Jesse Ventura became governor of Minnesota, and he was like, whoa, brother, what's better than governor? President! Crazy old guy. So yeah, $22.97, available by the time you watch this. Prince Albert. I'll be the first to admit that I didn't know what a Prince Albert was a reference to when I first was introduced to this guy on television. And now, I mean, I've got one. So, hey, amazing how the times change. So, WWE Monday Night War Elite Collection Albert action figure and accessories. $22.97. I was actually a big fan of Albert. Like, all throughout, I would call him one of my boys. If you're not familiar with having a boy stable, it's a stable of wrestlers who are rubbish, but you just kind of love. And Prince Albert, he is 100% in my boy stable. But he was never very good. And finally, for now, I'm sure we're going to have some more figures revealed over the next 24 hours, but it's going to be a whole different video. Cut me in our bleed content, baby. We're getting the WWE Money in the Bank cash-in ring playset with accessories, 2 play modes, 40+ sounds and phrases. I can make sounds and phrases myself. So this is going to be $40, which actually, for all this plastic, all this ring and everything, it's actually not bad. But $40 for this, available by the time you watch it, and that is the final item on this list. And so, folks, that does it for the Walmart CollectorCon recap for today. What did you think about all these items? And also, what did you think about this video? It was, I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit off the wall. There was a lot more singing and randomness. But you know what? That's what this channel is about. If you just wanted to have the figures and information, well, you can see that for yourself. This is the background noise that you don't fully pay attention to when you're doing other things. And you know what? I will happily fill that role. And if you enjoy me filling it so much that you want to support the channel, then you can do by getting a Model Behavior channel membership, just like all the good brothers going up the side of the screen to this side, I think. So yeah, if you do that, then you can join in and take part in the daily, almost, live streams that I do where we talk about literally everything. And if you thought this video got weird, Oh, honey, baby, we haven't even scratched the surface. The live streams are something else. We take our clothes off sometimes, but you know what? It's not even an OnlyFans. I know, I'm the gift that keeps on giving. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Yeah.